The bridge of the Odyssey Prime thrummed with tension, its sleek consoles glowing under the starlight streaming through the viewport. Commander Alara Voss stood at the center, her boots planted firmly on the deck, eyes locked on the holographic figure looming before her. High Arbiter Zykar of the Varkith Dominion, his scaled visage rippling with bioluminescent veins, sneered through the projection. "Humanity dares to claim a seat among us?" His voice, a low hiss, carried the weight of centuries. "Prove your worth, or be cast aside." Alarms blared as a simulated alien fleet materialized in the void beyond, their jagged hulls glinting like knives. Alara's pulse quickened. The Galactic Conclave's trial had begun, and Earth's fate hung in the balance. She turned to her crew, their faces a mosaic of determination and nerves. "Steady," she said, her voice cutting through the chaos. "We're not here to bow." At 38, Alara carried the scars of a post-contact world, decades of humanity clawing its way from obscurity after aliens stumbled upon Earth in 2075. New Geneva, her home, had risen from those ashes, a metropolis of glass and steel where cultures fused into something defiant. Now, in 2175, she commanded Earth's flagship, tasked with securing a seat at the Conclave, a coalition of 47 species ruling the stars. Failure meant isolation, success, a voice in the galaxy. The Odyssey Prime docked at the Conclave station, a crystalline megastructure orbiting a neutron star's ghostly glow. Its spires twisted like frozen flames, dwarfing the human ship. Alara led her crew, engineers, pilots, diplomats, through airlocks into a cavernous hall. Alien delegates filled the space, Clithians with their translucent wings, Gorvax clad in exoskeletal armor, and Varkith, their eyes glinting with superiority. The air buzzed with translated murmurs, most laced with skepticism about the upstart primates. Alara adjusted her uniform, its silver trim catching the station's prismatic light. Her first officer, Liang, leaned in, his brow furrowed. "They're sizing us up like prey," he muttered. At 45, Liang's caution tempered Alara's fire, a balance she both needed and resented. "Let them stare," she replied, flashing a grin. "We'll give them something to see." The summit hall was a coliseum of power, its tiered seats carved from obsidian-like stone. Zykar presided from a raised dais, his robes pulsing with biotech filaments. Alara stepped to the central podium, her heart pounding but her gaze steady. "Honored delegates," she began, her voice amplified across the chamber, "a century ago, you called us primitive. Yet here we stand, united, with ships that rival yours and cities that shine brighter than this station." She gestured to a hollow display of New Geneva's skyline, its towers aglow against Earth's twilight. Murmurs rippled through the crowd. A Clithian delegate, Tfara, tilted her head, wings shimmering with curiosity. But Zykar's voice cut through like a blade. "Bold words, Commander Voss." He activated his own hollow, projecting images of Earth's past, wars, riots, division. "Your species is a spark in a dry forest, chaotic, dangerous. Why should we trust you with a seat?" His words stung, but Alara caught the flicker of manipulation in his tone. The images were selective, skewed to paint humanity as reckless. She squared her shoulders. "Our scars prove we learn," she said. "We've forged peace from chaos, tech from scraps. Judge us not by our past, but by what we've built." Tfara's wings twitched, a sign of intrigue, but Gorvax delegates growled dissent. Zykar's smile was cold. "The trial of proving will reveal your true nature," he said, his eyes narrowing. "Prepare your ship, human." As the session adjourned, Alara's crew gathered in a corridor lined with alien tapestries. Malik, a 24-year-old engineer with a mop of curls and boundless energy, bounced on his heels. "Did you see their faces? They're scared we might actually pull this off." His enthusiasm drew a chuckle from Alara, but Liang's frown deepened. Zykar's playing a game we don't know, he said. Those images weren't just history, they were a warning. Dalara nodded, her mind racing. Zykar's influence as the Varkatha's chief diplomat was unmatched, his species' biotech and fleets dominated the conclave. Yet his hostility felt personal, as if humanity's rise threatened more than his pride. She recalled her childhood in New Geneva, watching alien ships loom overhead, their delegates dismissing Earth's pleas for aid. That memory fueled her now, a fire to prove humanity's worth. As they boarded the Odyssey Prime, a Clithian aide approached, her voice a soft hum through the translator. "Commander, beware the Arbiter's hand," Tfara whispered, then vanished into the crowd. Dalara froze, the warning sinking in. The trial, set to begin tomorrow, was no mere test. Zykar had rigged the game, she could feel it. Back on the bridge, the crew prepped for the trial, a simulated crisis against a rogue AI fleet threatening a neutral planet. Malik tinkered with a neural interface, muttering about boosting the ship's response time. Liang reviewed tactical logs, his skepticism a steady drumbeat. Dalara gazed at the neutron star through the viewport, its eerie light a reminder of the stakes. A conclave seat meant tech, trade, protection, Earth's ticket to the stars. Failure could mean subjugation, or worse. "Commander," Malik called, holding up a data pad. "The trial specs just came through. It's brutal, AI adapts faster than anything we've sinned." Dalara's jaw tightened. Zykar's words echoed in her mind. "Prove your worth." She turned to her crew, their faces lit by the glow of consoles. "We're not just fighting for a seat," she said, her voice low but fierce. "We're fighting for every kid on Earth who looks at the stars and dreams. Let's show them what humans can do." The alarms blared again, signaling the trial simulation booting up. Beyond the viewport, the holographic fleet flickered into existence, a storm of steel and menace. Dalara's hand tightened on the command console. The galaxy was watching, and she'd be damned if humanity went down without a fight. The skyline of New Geneva burned into Alara Voss's memory, a tapestry of spires piercing the dusk of 2140. At 16, she stood on a rooftop, fists clenched, as Varkath shuttles cast shadows over her city. Their delegates, towering and aloof, had dismissed Earth's request for fusion tech, calling humanity unready. That sting of rejection fueled her now, as she strode through the Galactic Conclave Station's sterile corridors in 2175, the weight of Earth's aspirations on her shoulders. The summit's second day loomed, and Commander Alara Voss, now 38, was determined to rewrite humanity's story. The conclave chambers hummed with alien presence, their tiered seats a mosaic of scales, fur, and light. Dalara adjusted her data pad, its screen flickering with Earth's achievements. Her crew trailed her, Malik's restless energy, Liang's measured steps, each a reminder of the stakes. The station's crystalline walls refracted the neutron star's pale glow, casting an otherworldly sheen, but Alara's focus was on the delegates. Clithians, Gorvaks, and Varkath watched her, their expressions ranging from intrigue to scorn. High Arbiter Zykar's absence felt like the hush before a predator's leap. Dalara took the podium, her voice clear and resonant. "Esteemed conclave, Earth offers more than survival. We've mastered fusion, woven our cultures into a global alliance, and created art that sings of hope." Her holodisplay flared to life, projecting a sculpture from Lagos, a bronze figure reaching for the stars, then a time-lapse of Jakarta's floating gardens, vibrant against a storm. A Clithian delegate, Tfara, leaned forward, her wings quivering with interest. "Your art speaks of resilience," Tfara said softly, her translator humming. Dalara nodded, sensing an ally. A sharp crackle interrupted her. Zykar's hologram materialized, his bioluminescent veins pulsing. "Resilience?" His sneer was a blade. He summoned his own hollow, Grainy footage of a 2083 rebellion in Earth's Americas, rebels clashing against drones. This is human nature, discord, violence. You threaten our order. The images were doctored, Ilera realized, the rebellion's context stripped to paint Earth as savage. Gorvak's delegates rumbled approval, Clithians hesitated. T'Vara caught Ilera's eye, a flicker of sympathy in her gaze. "They're buying his lies," Liang whispered, his jaw tight. Ilera's mind raced. Zykar's sabotage wasn't just political, it was psychological, eroding Earth's credibility before the trial. She tapped her data pad, pulling up counter-evidence. "Arbiter, you cherry-pick our past," she said, her tone steel. Her holo shifted to 2090, diplomats signing the Earth Accord, ending that rebellion through unity. "We've forged peace from strife. That's our strength." T'Vara's wings twitched, a Gorvak's delegate fell silent. Zykar's smile didn't waver, but his eyes glinted with calculation. As the session broke, T'Vara approached Ilera in a quiet alcove, her voice low. "Zykar fears your potential, Commander. Tread carefully, his reach is long." Before Ilera could respond, T'Vara glided away, leaving a faint shimmer in the air. Ilera's pulse quickened. The Clithian's words echoed the previous day's warning, hinting at Zykar's tampering with the trial. She needed proof, but time was slipping away. Aboard the Odyssey Prime, the crew gathered in the engineering bay, its walls lined with humming conduits. Malik, elbows deep in a neural interface rig, grinned. "This baby'll sync our helm with the trial sim, give us an edge." His enthusiasm was infectious, but Liang crossed his arms. "Edge or no, Zykar's got the votes. We should negotiate, not antagonize." His caution grated on Ilera, but she saw his point, Earth couldn't afford enemies. "Negotiation's fine," she said, "but we won't grovel. The trial's our shot to prove we belong." Malik's rig sparked, drawing a curse. "Weird glitch," he muttered, frowning at his data pad. "Looks like Varkith code." Ilera's stomach twisted. Zykar's reach, indeed. She kept the discovery quiet, not wanting to spark panic. Instead, she steered the debate. "Malik, fix that rig. Liang, draft a diplomatic overture to the Clithians. We fight on both fronts." Her decisiveness quelled the tension, though Liang's skeptical glance lingered. Ilera retreated to her quarters, the viewport framing the neutron star's eerie pulse. She activated a holo of New Geneva, its multicultural streets alive with festivals, proof of Earth's unity. Zykar's lies couldn't erase that. Her mind drifted to her parents, diplomats who'd fought for Earth's early alliances. Their legacy drove her, a quiet fire against the galaxy's vast indifference. A ping from her comms snapped her back, conclave rules, detailing the trial. Sabotage, she read, was grounds for disqualification. Her jaw set. If Zykar was cheating, she'd expose him. Malik's voice crackled over the comms. "Commander, rig's stable, but I found more Varkith code buried in the trial's uplink. It's subtle." Ilera's grip tightened on her chair. "Isolate it," she ordered. "We need evidence." The trial's specs scrolled across her screen, a rogue AI fleet, adaptive and relentless. Zykar's confidence made sense, he'd stacked the deck. But humanity had faced worse odds. She rejoined the crew on the bridge, their faces lit by tactical displays. "Zykar's playing dirty," she said, keeping her tone steady. "We'll beat him at his own game. Prep the ship, run sims, and stay sharp." Malik nodded, already tapping commands. Liang hesitated, then spoke. "If we push too hard, we risk war." Ilera met his gaze. "If we don't push, we risk everything. Trust me, Liang, we're ready." The bridge buzzed with purpose as the crew dispersed. Ilara lingered, staring at the Holofleet's schematics. The trial was hours away, a crucible that would test humanity's mettle. Tvar's warning rang in her ears, his reach is long. Zykar wanted Earth to fail, to remain a footnote in galactic history. But Ilara saw Earth's cities, its people, its dreams, a spark the Varkith couldn't snuff out. She touched the hollow of New Geneva, its lights a beacon. "We're not just fighting for a seat," she murmured. "We're fighting for our place in the stars." A flicker on her data pad caught her eye, a Clithian transmission, encrypted. Tvar's voice emerged, barely audible. "Commander, I have evidence of Zykar's tampering. Survive the trial, and it's yours." The message cut off, leaving Ilara's heart racing. The game had just changed. The Odyssey Prime's holodeck shimmered, transforming into a starfield strewn with jagged, holographic warships. Commander Ilara Voss gripped the command console, her eyes scanning the simulated battlefield. The rogue AI fleet, part of the Galactic Conclave's trial of proving, surged toward a glowing planet, a neutral world they were tasked to defend. Red alerts pulsed across the bridge, and Malik's neural interface flickered erratically, its readouts stuttering. "Hold it together, Malik," Ilara called, her voice a lifeline in the chaos. The trial had begun, and Earth's bid for a conclave seat teetered on this crucible. The AI ships moved with unnatural precision, their formations tightening like a noose. Ilara's crew, pilots, tacticians, engineers, worked in sync, their consoles ablaze with data. Outside, the neutron star's ghostly light filtered through the station's viewport, a reminder of the galaxy watching. At 38, Ilara carried humanity's defiance, honed by a century of post-contact struggle. New Geneva's spires, her childhood beacon, flashed in her mind. Failure here could doom Earth to obscurity, success would carve their name among the stars. "Shields at 89%, Leon reported, his usual caution edged with focus. The first officer's hands danced over tactical displays, plotting intercepts. Ilara nodded, her mind racing. The AI's speed defied the trial's parameters, confirming her fears, Zykar's sabotage. Tvar's encrypted message, *survived the trial, and it's yours*, burned in her thoughts. Proof of the Varkatha's tampering could sway the conclave, but first, they had to endure. "Decoys, now!" Ilara ordered. The Odyssey Prime launched drones, mimicking the ship's signature to draw fire. The AI hesitated, then split its focus, giving the crew a breath. "Nice trick," Malik grinned, his curls damp with sweat as he stabilized his rig. The interface synced helm and weapons, boosting response time, a human edge born of ingenuity. But the AI adapted, its ships regrouping with eerie coordination. Blasts rocked the holodeck, simulated impacts jarring the deck. Ilara's gaze flicked to the planet below, its cities aglow in the sim. "We're not losing that world," she said, her voice steel. She called up an asteroid field on the NAV chart, a chaotic belt near the planet. "Plot a course through the rocks. Use them for cover." Liang's brow furrowed. "That's reckless, debris could shred us." Ilara met his eyes. "It's reckless, or we're done. Trust the crew." Liang exhaled, then relayed the order, his skepticism yielding to duty. The ship dove into the field, asteroids spinning past like silent threats. Pilots wove through the chaos, their skill a testament to Earth's grit. The AI pursued, but its precision faltered amid the debris, ships grazing rocks. Ilara's gamble paid off, 2 enemy vessels shattered in collisions. Cheers erupted, but Malik's voice cut through. "Commander, my rig's glitching again. Found Varkith code in the uplink." His screen showed a string of alien symbols, subtle but damning. Ilara's jaw tightened. "Zykar's hand," Tvar warned. She kept the discovery quiet, avoiding panic. Lock it down, Malik. We'll deal with it post-trial. Her mind churned, exposing Zykar mid-trial could backfire, costing votes. Survival came first. The AI fleet rallied, its numbers still overwhelming. Illyra scanned the Sim's data. The planet's defense grid was failing, its inhabitants broadcasting pleas. A voice crackled through, simulated, yet haunting, "Please, save us." The words hit Illyra like a current. She saw Earth, 2075, helpless under alien scrutiny. "We're not just fighting for a seat," she said, her voice rising. "We're fighting for every world that's been underestimated. Show them what humans do." The crew roared, their resolve a spark in the void. Malik's fingers flew, tweaking the interface. Leon redirected power to shields. A Gorvax-born pilot, Queasy, looped through asteroids, drawing fire with flare. But the AI escalated, its ships coalescing around a massive vessel, a superweapon, its core pulsing with energy. "That's new," Leon muttered, his comm cracking. The weapon charged, its beam lancing toward the planet. Illyra's heart raced. "Malik, can your hack disrupt it?" Malik nodded, sweat beading. "Gimme 10 seconds." His rig sparked as he injected code, targeting the AI's network. The superweapon's beam flickered, then stalled, a fleeting win. The AI retaliated, its fleet swarming the Odyssey Prime. Shields dropped to 62%. Illyra's mind raced for options. She recalled a tactic from Earth's old wars, misdirection. "Queasy, bait them toward that gas giant," she ordered, pointing to a swirling planet on the chart. "Their sensors'll choke on the radiation." Queasy grinned. "On it, boss." Her fighter darted away, the AI ships trailing like moths to a flame. The ploy bought time, but the superweapon rebooted, its core glowing brighter. Malik's hack was losing ground. "It's adapting too fast," he said, frustration lacing his voice. Illyra's comms pinged, a secure channel. Tvar's voice, urgent, "Commander, I've secured Zykar's tampering logs. Survive, and they're yours." The line cut off, leaving Illyra's pulse hammering. Proof was within reach, but the trial's difficulty spiked, the AI's attacks relentless. "Full power to engines," Illyra commanded. "We're going straight at that superweapon." Leon spun toward her. "That's suicide." Illyra's eyes blazed. "It's a sim, Leon. We risk it all, or Earth loses everything." She leaned into the console, her voice low. "Malik, one more hack. Hit their core when we're close." Malik nodded, his hands a blur. The crew braced, their trust in Illyra a quiet strength. The Odyssey Prime surged toward the superweapon, asteroids grazing its hull. The AI fleet closed in, beams searing the shields. Malik's rig whined, pushing its limits. Illyra's gaze locked on the enemy core, a glowing heart in the hollow. "Now, Malik," she shouted. His code struck, the superweapon's pulse stuttering. But the AI countered, its beam flaring anew, aimed at the Odyssey Prime. The holodeck trembled, lights flickering. Illyra held her breath, the crew's faces etched with defiance. Had they pushed too far? The beam's glow filled the viewport, and the trial's outcome hung by a thread. The Odyssey Prime shuddered, its holodeck battlefield fading as the AI superweapon's beam froze mid-strike. Commander Illyra Voss exhaled, her knuckles white on the console. The trial's simulation paused, a glitch triggered by Malik's desperate hack. Sweat glistened on the young engineer's brow as he wrestled with his neural interface, its screens flashing Varkith code, proof of Zykar's sabotage. The bridge crew, a tapestry of human resolve, stood poised, their breaths uneven in the neon glow of New Geneva's holomap flickering beside them. Outside, the Galactic Conclave Station's crystalline spires loomed, a silent jury. Ilara's mind raced. The trial, meant to test Earth's worth for a conclave seat, had nearly obliterated them. Tfar's promise, evidence of Zykar's tampering, dangled like a lifeline, but survival demanded focus. At 38, Ilara carried humanity's century-long climb from alien dismissal to defiance. The superweapon's pause bought seconds, not victory. Malik, status, she snapped, her voice a blade through the tension. Rigs holding, Malik replied, his curls plastered to his forehead. I stalled their core, but it's rebooting. We've got minutes. His fingers danced over controls, isolating the Varkith code. Ilara nodded, her gaze sweeping the crew. Leon, her skeptical first officer, recalibrated shields, his frown etched deep. Queasy, the Gorvax-born pilot, flashed a grin, her fighter's decoy run still drawing AI stragglers. This crew, Earth's mosaic of skill and grit, was her edge. The holodeck flickered, restoring the starfield. The superweapon's core pulsed, its beam recharging. Below, the simulated planet's cities glowed, their inhabitants unaware of the stakes. Ilara saw Earth in those lights, New Geneva's festivals, Lagos's sculptures, humanity's soul at risk. We end this now, she said, her tone iron. Queasy, keep the fleet scattered. Liang, divert power to weapons. Malik, prep a second hack, but hold until I say. Liang's eyes narrowed. Weapons won't dent that thing. We should retreat, regroup. Ilara shook her head. Retreat, and Zykar wins. We're humanity's proof, adapt or die. Liang hesitated, then complied, his loyalty outpacing doubt. Ilara's plan crystallized, a feint to draw the superweapon's fire, then a precision strike using Malik's hack. Risky, but human. She activated the ship's comms, projecting to the crew. Listen up. Zykar rigged this to break us, but we're not glass. Every dodge, every fix, every shot, that's Earth fighting. Let's show the Conclave what we're made of. Her words sparked nods, a quiet fire spreading. Malik muttered, damn right, his rig humming. Queasy's voice crackled, ready to dance, Commander. The Odyssey Prime surged forward, weaving through asteroid debris. Queasy's fighter darted ahead, taunting the AI fleet with loops that defied physics. The superweapon pivoted, its beam grazing the ship's shields, now at 47%. Ilara's heart pounded, but her voice stayed steady. Liang, fire torpedoes, full spread. Blasts erupted, not to hit but to cloud the AI's sensors with radiation. The superweapon's aim faltered, buying time. Malik's screen flared red. Their core's locked, my hack can't breach it yet. His frustration was palpable. Ilara leaned over, scanning the code. Try rerouting through their comms array. It's less shielded. Malik's eyes widened. That's nuts, but, yeah, could work. He typed furiously, his rig sparking under strain. Ilara's gamble leaned on human intuition, where aliens saw systems, she saw openings. A memory surfaced, her father, a diplomat, teaching her chess in New Geneva's parks. Think 3 moves ahead, he'd said. Now, she played against Zykar, the Conclave's chessmaster. His sabotage wasn't just tech, it was a message: humanity didn't belong. Tfar's evidence could expose him, but only if they lived. Ilara pushed the thought aside, focusing on the battle. The AI fleet regrouped, their ships forming a phalanx around the superweapon. Queasy's decoys thinned, her fighter taking hits. I'm pinned, she reported, voice tight. Ilara's chest tightened. Hang on, Queasy. Liang, cover her with flak bursts. Explosions bloomed, scattering the AI. Queasy hooped, banking free. The crew's synergy, Malik's tech, Liang's tactics, Queasy's daring, wove a human tapestry Zycar couldn't predict. The superweapon's core glowed brighter, its beam near full charge. Illyra's plan hinged on timing. "Malik, how's that hack?" she asked. "Almost there," he grunted, his rig whining. "Comms arrays open, rerouting now." Illyra counted seconds, her eyes on the enemy core. "Queasy, one more run. Draw their fire." Queasy's fighter streaked past, lasers trailing her. The superweapon swiveled, its beam lancing out, missing by meters. "Now, Malik!" Illyra shouted. Malik's hack surged through the comms array, overloading the superweapon's core. The holodeck trembled as the enemy vessel flickered, its beam dying. The AI fleet froze, their network crippled. Cheers erupted, but Illyra's relief was fleeting. The trial's clock ticked down, minutes remained to secure the planet. "Liang, deploy repair drones to the planet's grid," she ordered. "We're not just surviving, we're saving." Liang nodded, his respect clear. Drones launched, bolstering the Sim's defenses. A radio signal emerged, simulated voices thanking the Odyssey Prime. Illyra's throat tightened, seeing Earth's underdog spirit in those words. Malik slumped, his rig smoking. "That hack burned out the interface," he said, wincing. "But I saved the Varkith code, hard evidence." Illyra clapped his shoulder. "Good work. That's our ace." She turned to the viewport, the neutron star's pulse a metronome of fate. Tvar's evidence, paired with Malik's code, could unmask Zycar. But the trial wasn't over. A new alert blared, the AI fleet rebooted, its ships converging. The superweapon, though dimmed, stirred. Illyra's jaw set. "They're not done," she said. "Neither are we." Full power to engines, straight through their line. Liang stared. "That's a gauntlet." Illyra's eyes burned. "Then we run it. For Earth." The Odyssey Prime charged, shields flaring under enemy fire. The crew braced, their faces etched with resolve. Illyra's comms pinged, Tvar's voice, faint, "Hold fast, Commander. The logs are ready." The line cut off as the holodeck roared, the AI's onslaught unrelenting. Illyra gripped the console, her crew's trust a shield. The trial's end loomed, and with it, Earth's destiny.